Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren was visibly emotional in Chicago on Thursday night, wiping away tears as she received a standing ovation before her speech endorsing Kamala Harris. And Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren joins me now. Senator Warren, welcome back to Meet the Press.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
Well, it is great to have you on a big Sunday. I want to start off by getting your reaction to what you just heard from Senator JD Vance. He says that if legislation banning abortion at the federal level arrived on Donald Trump's desk, if he were to be elected, he believes he would veto it. What's your reaction to that, Senator?
American women are not stupid, and we are not going to trust the futures of our daughters and granddaughters to two men who have openly bragged about blocking access to abortion for women all across this country. Look, right now where we are is if Donald Trump and JD Vance take the White House, they have current law, the Comstock Act, which, with the right person that they put into the Department of Justice and one of their extremist judges out in the world, they can actually ban all access to abortion all across this country. And understand, when I say ban access to abortion, I don't mean with, exceptions for rape or incest or a 16-week ban. I mean ban it for every woman anytime she needs it. Because once they take the medications off the market, once they take the surgical instruments off the market, they're not there. And so for any woman who's in the middle of a miscarriage, who goes into an emergency room and discovers there's no medication and no treatment for her because abortion has been banned nationwide, they can thank Donald Trump and JD Vance.
And just to follow up, Donald Trump, JD Vance have been asked about the Comstock Act as well, as you say, which could potentially ban the distribution of medication abortion. Again, they both say we're not going to use that to try to ban abortion. Sounds like you don't buy it.
Don't buy it. Just read it. JD Vance actually sent a letter last year to the Department of Justice saying enforce the Comstock Act. And remember, he did that, and then Donald Trump picked him to be his vice president. Take a look at Project 2025. It lays out the roadmap for exactly how to do this. And frankly, when you've got a pawn in the Department of Justice and pawns in the judiciary, it isn't even hard to accomplish. And here I'm going to go with vice presidential nominee Tim Walz, who says you don't do a playbook unless you're planning to use it. There's already a plan in place. And, understand this. Today, 30% of all women live in states that effectively ban abortion. Donald Trump and JD Vance in the White House, it won't be 30%, it'll be 100%. The only way that we're going to protect access to abortion is to have a Democratic Congress send a bill to Kamala Harris. She will sign it into law, and then we will restore a right to half the population in this country. And no longer will a woman have to go into an emergency room and be told she's not near enough death to get the medical treatment that she needs.
Senator, let me ask you about another part of my conversation with Senator Vance. He defended Donald Trump's tariffs plan. President Biden actually kept most of the Trump tariffs in place. He even imposed some new ones. According to some estimates, that cost Americans more than $3 billion. Do you think it was a mistake for President Biden not to roll back Donald Trump's tariffs?
Well, I think of it this way. The difference between what Donald Trump did, which is throw tariffs out there as a matter of pique, and what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have done is they've said, sometimes we should be using tariffs. We should be using tariffs to protect domestic industries. We should be using tariffs to level the playing field for labor so that we're not using overseas labor to undercut our domestic labor. But what Donald Trump is talking about, at least at his campaign rallies, is he's talking about doing wide bans. He's talking about doing tariff bans all across the economy.
So you're saying some tariffs are okay, Senator?
That's going to increase prices.
You're saying some tariffs are okay?
Absolutely. It is a tool Absolutely. It is a tool in the toolbox when it has specific causes in specific areas. We need to protect our domestic manufacturing. We need to bring that back onshore. And Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have done that with the CHIPS and Science Act. So we're making real investments for the first time in America in onshoring manufacturing. Tammy Baldwin's bill, Buy America, means that we are building up so that we are a nation once again that builds things here. That's what we need to do. And tariffs are a part of how we get that industry up and going once again.
Let me ask.
That's what's going to bring down prices ultimately for American families.
Let me ask you about what happened overnight, Senator. Israel launched what they're calling a preemptive strike in Lebanon after Hezbollah launched a large-scale attack. You support, of course, conditioning military aid to Israel. What is your reaction to what happened overnight, Senator?
I am deeply concerned about the violence and chaos spreading throughout the region. This just underscores the emergency. We need to put an end to this war. We need to stop all the bombing, get the hostages back home, spend real resources on humanitarian relief in Gaza, and most of all, give a hard shove to both parties in order to keep them at the negotiating table. It's time for a two-state solution where Palestinians have self-determination, where the Israelis can be guaranteed security, and that we have a lasting peace going forward.
And Senator, very quickly, do you believe that Vice President Harris should be conditioning military aid to Israel? Will you counsel her to do that?
Look, I want to be clear. American law already says that we give military aid only to those who are in compliance with international law. What Benjamin Netanyahu has done in creating a humanitarian disaster in Gaza raises questions about compliance with international law. The United States needs to live its values every day.
Senator Elizabeth Warren, I have more questions. We are unfortunately out of time, so please come back soon. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. And when we come back, the 2024 campaign has been reset and both sides are still bracing for an extremely close race. The panel's next.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.